Hello everyone! In today's video, I'll show you how to crochet this cute plushy bunny. There is also a free write-on pattern available in my Embroider shop in case you prefer that. You can find more patterns there, so I'll leave the link down below for you. Let's start with the magic ring. Take your yarn and wrap the short end around your fingers like this. Hold the short end with your other finger. Insert your hook under the first loop and grab the second one. Twist your hook and make chain 1. Now into this ring, we need to make 7 single crochets. Insert your hook into the ring, pull up the yarn, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. That's 1. We need to make 6 more for a total of 7 single crochets. Now pull the short yarn tail to close the ring, and we need to join the row with a slip stitch. Insert your hook into the very first single crochet, pull up the yarn and pull it through the loop on your hook. We'll keep joining the rows like this using a slip stitch. Now let's start row 2. Make your first single crochet in the same stitch where you just made the slip stitch. Insert your hook, pull up the yarn and finish your single crochet. It's a good idea to place a stitch marker in the first stitch of the row. That way you won't forget where the row begins. In this row, make 1 single crochet in each stitch around, 7 in total. Once you're done with 7 single crochets, including that first one with the marker, it's time to join the row with a slip stitch. You'll see a small stitch between the first and last stitches. That's the slip stitch from the previous row. We skip it. Instead, make a slip stitch into the very first stitch of this row. Start your first single crochet in the same place where we made the slip stitch. Don't forget to place a marker on that first stitch. Then just keep going until you reach the end of the row. In this row, we'll do the same thing. Make 7 single crochets, 1 in each stitch. As always, we finish with a slip stitch into the first single crochet of this row. We've already made 1 arm. Now chain 1, cut the yarn and leave a small tail. Also, don't forget to pull and tighten the short yarn tail from the magic ring and hide this yarn tail inside the arm. Make the second arm in the exact same way. Let's start making the legs. Make a magic ring. And now into this ring we need to make 4 single crochets. Pull the short yarn tail to close the ring. To finish the row, make a slip stitch into the very first single crochet. Just a quick reminder, we always start the first single crochet in the same place where we made the slip stitch. Place a marker on that first one and in that same stitch make one more single crochet. That's our first increase. Keep going like this all the way around, making an increase in each stitch. By the end of the row, you should have 8 single crochets in total. And finish with a slip stitch. In rows 3 and 4, just make 8 single crochets, 1 in each stitch all the way around. We've already made one leg. After the slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn and leave a short tail. Pull tight. Also remember to tighten the short yarn end from the magic ring and hide it inside the leg. Now make the second leg just like we did with the first one, but don't cut the yarn after row 4. We are going to join the legs together. Alright, I've made the second leg. Now chain 1 and make 1 single crochet into any stitch on the first leg. Place a marker on this stitch. This will be the first single crochet of row 5. We already have our first single crochet, so let's keep going. Make 1 single crochet in each stitch around the first leg, 8 in total. Then make 1 single crochet into the chain between the legs. Now work 8 single crochets around the second leg. And again make 1 single crochet into the chain between the legs. Then make a slip stitch into the very first single crochet. In this row, we'll make 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. You should have a total of 18 single crochets. In this row, we are going to attach the arms. Start by making 4 single crochets, 1 in each stitch. Take one arm and insert your hook into any stitch on the arm from the inside. Then insert your hook into the next stitch on the body. Pull up the yarn and make single crochet. Then make 8 single crochets across the body, 1 in each stitch. Grab the second arm and insert your hook into any stitch on the arm from the inside again, then into the next stitch on the body, and finish your single crochet. And make 4 more single crochets to reach the end of the row. In this row, we'll crochet around the whole body and the arms. We'll make 7 single crochets across each arm and 18 single crochets across the body. Take your time around the parts where we attached the arms earlier. Make sure to count your stitches. There should be 32 single crochets in total. As always, finish the row with a slip stitch. Time to do some decreases. We'll be making them in each stitch using the front loops only. Let's make the first decrease. Insert your hook into the same spot where we just made the slip stitch. Pull up the yarn, and unlike before when we went through both loops of the stitch, this time we'll go into the front loop only. Insert your hook into the front loop of the next stitch, pull up the yarn, and work 2 and the last 2 loops. Let's make another one. Insert your hook into the front loop of one stitch, then into the front loop of the next stitch. Now you grabbed 2 stitches, pull up the yarn, yarn over and pull through both loops. That's your second decrease. Keep going like this all the way around, making a decrease in each stitch. At the end, finish with a slip stitch. In this row, decrease in each stitch. Let's start. Insert your hook, pull up the yarn, then insert your hook into the front loop of the next stitch, pull up the yarn, and work 2 and the last 2 loops. Next decrease, insert your hook into the front loop of one stitch, then into the front loop of the next, pull up the yarn, and work 2 loops. Repeat this all the way around. By the end of this row, you should have 8 single crochets in total. Now we are moving on to the head. In this row, we'll do an increase in each stitch. By the end, you should have 16 single crochets. Now we'll make one single crochet, then an increase. That means you make one single crochet, then make 2 single crochets into the next stitch. Repeat this all the way around. The last stitch should be an increase. By the end you should have 24 single crochets in total. From row 13 to 15, just make one single crochet in each stitch. So that's 24 single crochets in each row. Now is a good time to stuff the bunny's body. If you're using safety eyes, you can add them now. Place them between rows 14 and 15 with 3 stitches in between. In this row, we'll make 4 single crochets, then a decrease. Repeat that until the end of the row. The last stitch should be a decrease. Now we'll make 3 single crochets, then a decrease. Repeat that all the way around. The last stitch should be a decrease. In this row, 2 single crochets, then a decrease. Keep going like that, and your last stitch should be a decrease. By the end of the row, you should have 12 single crochets. You can add a bit more stuffing to fill out the bunny's head if you want to. This is the last row. We'll make a decrease in each stitch, just like we did before. You'll end up with 6 stitches. After the slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn and leave a long tail for sewing. Then thread your yarn into a needle and go through all 6 stitches. Pull tight to close the hole and go around the stitches one more time to secure it. Make a small knot. And insert the needle here. And bring it out somewhere else like this. Cut the yarn and the end will hide inside the bunny. Now I'm going to use pink yarn to embroider the nose and mouth. It's a bit tricky to explain, but I basically just eyeball the placement at first. I insert the needle from the side of the head and bring it out just to the left of the center of the nose. Then I insert the needle slightly to the right and bring it out under the nose. I adjust the yarn so it's not too tight, and then I insert the needle under the pink yarn in the center of the nose and pull it all the way through the head to the back. Again, I gently adjust the yarn, cut the yarn, and the end will hide inside the bunny. To make the dress, I'm using pink yarn. I start with a slip knot and chain 5. Now, starting from the second chain from the hook, make 4 single crochets, 1 in each stitch. This gives us the first piece of the dress. Now chain 1, cut the yarn, leave a short tail and weave in all yarn ends. Next, make another identical piece, but don't cut the yarn after finishing the first row. Alright, I've made the second piece. Now chain 6, then make 1 single crochet into the nearest stitch of the first panel. Next, make 3 more single crochets across this panel. Now chain 6 again. And this time we are going to join the 2 pieces together into a circle. Make 1 single crochet into the next panel. Then continue with 3 more single crochets. Now we need to make 7 single crochets around the chain. Then make 4 single crochets across the dress panel. Now again make 7 single crochets around the next chain. And finish with 4 single crochets into the other dress panel. Now we need to try this on the bunny to check the size. Let's continue. Now we are going to make the fluffy skirt. Chain 1 and in that same stitch make 1/2 double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up the yarn and then pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Place a marker. Now make 2 more half double crochets in that same stitch. That's 3 half double crochets into 1 stitch. Keep going like this, making 3 half double crochets into each stitch. Be careful not to lose any stitches. As the skirt grows, the stitches may become harder to see. At the end, make a slip stitch into the first half double crochet. Then chain 1, cut the yarn and leave a short tail, and weave in all yarn ends. Now let's make the straps. Put the dress on the bunny. And make a slip knot. Insert your hook into the side corner of the front of the dress and pull the slip knot through. Chain 5. Insert your hook into the nearest stitch at the corner on the back side. Pull up the yarn and make a slip stitch to attach the strap. Then chain 1, cut the yarn, leave a short tail and weave in the ends. and make the second strap in the same way. To make the ears, we'll start with the magic ring and now into the ring we need to make 6 single crochets. Pull the short yarn tail to close the ring and make a slip stitch into the first single crochet. In this row, we'll make an increase in each stitch. At the end, you should have 10 single crochets in total and finish with a slip stitch. Now we make 1 single crochet and then an increase. Keep going like that all the way around. You should end up with 18 single crochets. In rows 4 and 5, just make 1 single crochet in each stitch, 18 in total. In this row, we start with 7 single crochets, 1 in each stitch, then make a decrease, as usual, into the front loops only. Then make another 7 single crochets, and finish the row with another decrease. Now make 1 single crochet in each stitch, 16 in total. In this row, make 6 single crochets, 1 in each stitch, then make a decrease, and again 6 single crochets, and another decrease. Now make 1 single crochet in each stitch around, 14 in total. In this row, make 5 single crochets, then a decrease, and again 5 single crochets, and another decrease. In this row, make 4 single crochets, then a decrease, again 4 single crochets, and at the end another decrease. Now make 1 single crochet in each stitch around, 10 in total. In this row, make 3 single crochets, then a decrease, make 3 single crochets, and another decrease. Make 2 single crochets, one decrease, then 2 single crochets, and another decrease. And here's what the finished ear looks like. We made decreases along the sides, so the ear naturally folds flat like this. Fold the ear just as it lies, and we'll close the opening with slip stitches. Insert your hook into the closest stitch here and pull up a loop. Then go through 2 stitches at once, one on each side. Pull up the yarn and make a slip stitch. Now chain 1, cut the yarn and leave a long tail for sewing. And now make the second ear just like we did with the first one. Now try the ears on your bunny and decide where you want to attach them. I'll be sewing them a bit toward the back of the head. Thread the long yarn tail into a needle and start sewing. There is no strict rule for attaching the ear, so I usually go by eye. And don't worry if it doesn't look perfect on the first try, you can always cut the yarn and try again. Even if you're cutting off the original tail from the ear, you can hide the leftover end inside the ear, thread a new piece of yarn and start over. Once the ear is fully sewn, I tie a small knot and then I insert the needle into the head, go through the inside of the bunny's head to bring the tail out at the back. Then I trim the yarn and the end will hide inside the bunny. Now sew on the second ear and make sure it's placed at the same height as the first one. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this project, please leave a comment, like this video and subscribe to my channel so I can make more tutorials like this. That's all for now. I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye!